Stop giving access to people who never earned your peace. Because the truth is, not everyone in your life is adding to your calm. Some people are slowly taking it away. Quietly. Repeatedly. And you don't even notice it at first. You just start feeling tired. More irritated. More confused about yourself. And you think it's life. But sometimes, it's the environment you're allowing. You try to stay kind. You try to stay available. You try to not hurt anyone's feelings. But somewhere in that effort, you start losing your own peace. And here's what psychology says very clearly. Your mind adapts to emotional environments. If you are around chaos, drama, manipulation, or constant emotional pressure, your nervous system starts treating that as normal. This is called emotional conditioning. You don't just feel stressed. You become used to stress. And that is dangerous. Because what feels normal is not always healthy. So today, we are not talking about cutting people off. We are talking about something more powerful. Learning how to protect your peace. Without isolating yourself from the world. Because real strength is not running away from people. Real strength is learning how to stay grounded. Even when people around you are not. Let's go deep into this. The first way to protect your peace is learning the psychology of emotional boundaries. Most people think boundaries are about saying no. But in reality, boundaries are about teaching people how to treat you. Without saying anything at all. When you don't set boundaries, people unconsciously assume they have unlimited access to your time, your energy, and your emotions. And slowly, they start crossing lines. Not always because they are bad, but because humans naturally take what is available. This is called behavioral reinforcement. If you keep giving emotional support to someone who never reciprocates, their brain learns that your support is always available. No effort needed. No respect needed. And you slowly become drained. So protecting your peace starts here. Not with anger, but with clarity. You stop over-explaining yourself. You stop over-justifying your no. You stop trying to be understood by people who are committed to misunderstanding you. And something shifts. Your energy becomes more selective. Not everyone gets the same version of you anymore. The second way is understanding emotional availability versus emotional access. Not everyone deserves deep access to your inner world. There are different levels of connection. Some people are meant for light conversations. Some for support. Some for deep emotional sharing. But when you give everyone the same level of access, your mind gets overwhelmed. Psychologically, this creates emotional overload. Your brain starts juggling different emotional expectations from different people. And over time, you lose clarity about your own feelings. So you start practicing emotional filtering. You don't tell everyone everything anymore. You don't explain every emotion you feel. You don't open your deepest thoughts to people who have not shown emotional safety. This is not secrecy. This is protection. Because every person who hears your story also shapes your emotional state in return. The third way is learning the difference between empathy and emotional absorption. You can understand people without carrying their emotional weight. A lot of sensitive people struggle here. They feel everything deeply. Someone is sad. They absorb it. Someone is angry. They absorb it. Someone is confused. They become confused too. Psychology calls this emotional contagion. And if you don't manage it, you stop knowing where you end and others begin. So you start practicing a simple shift. You tell yourself, I can care without carrying. You listen. But you don't internalize everything. You support. But you don't absorb. And slowly, your nervous system learns a new pattern. Presence without pressure. The fourth way is stopping the need to be understood by everyone. This one hurts people the most. Because deep down, we all want to be understood. It's a basic emotional need. But not everyone has the capacity to understand you. And trying to force understanding from the wrong people creates emotional exhaustion. In psychology, this is linked to validation dependency. When your emotional stability depends on other people agreeing with your version of reality, you lose control over your own peace. So you start letting go of that need. Not everyone will get you. And that's okay. You start choosing peace over explanation. You stop performing your emotions just to be believed. And something powerful happens. Your mind becomes quieter. The fifth way is regulating your exposure instead of removing people completely. You don't always need to cut people off. Sometimes you just need distance. Distance is underrated. It gives your nervous system space to reset. You reduce frequency of contact. You reduce depth of conversations. You reduce emotional dependency. And suddenly, the same people who felt overwhelming become manageable again. Psychologically, this is called stimulus control. You are controlling how much emotional stimulation you allow into your system. And this is where maturity shows up. Not in dramatic exits, but in controlled exposure. The sixth way is building an internal sense of safety. Because here is the deepest truth. If your peace depends entirely on other people behaving correctly, you will always feel unstable. Real peace starts inside you. You learn self-soothing. You learn emotional regulation. You learn how to sit with discomfort without reacting instantly. You stop outsourcing your calm. And slowly, even when people are chaotic, you remain steady. This is emotional independence. And it changes everything. Because now, you are no longer reacting to life. You are responding to it. You are not absorbing everything. You are observing it. And from that space, you finally feel something different. Control. Clarity. Calm. Not because people changed, but because you did. And if this video reached something inside you, if you felt seen, if something shifted even slightly, then you are exactly who this channel is made for. Subscribe to PsychRaw for more psychology-based content that helps you understand yourself on a deeper level. Because the more you understand yourself, the stronger you become. I will see you in the next one.